exclusive bug egg I just got. Yeah, but basically, I'm gonna tell you today, while just working on my farm, about how I personally make about 5-10 mil a day, of just like small work, like maybe 30 minutes of gameplay, maybe 20 minutes, and how I was able to go from just like a smaller player to, I mean, not like a super massive player, but a bigger player nonetheless, and how I did it. So as you can see here, and if you did watch the other video, I have a rare, well not rare, but more exclusive Easter egg and a rare candy blossom. And so these two plants are something that did majorly help me, but I do feel like you can do it how I'm doing it without them. It'll just be a little like less money and a little bit less like easy, but with anything that you think of, if you think of it hard enough, you can do it if you put your mind to it. And so basically what I do is this corn pillar I have right here. I try to do this with a lot of these smaller ones that you can just go ahead and look at and just do it off of the bat like that, because that is so much easier to crowd things up that are like small stock type plants, because it will in fact help a lot, that if you can just come in here and like harvest them like this and then just go, because see, for the tomatoes and the corn, they're almost the same, where if the tomatoes, they are less money and they are harder because they grow before you can actually get my whole vine out, which is actually a pretty cool thing for me. So I can do constant, non-stop stuff with that. But one thing that you should always be like on the spot about though is actually, believe it or not, a lot of the other stuff over there at this shop, over there at that shop. So basically I'm going to talk to you through about the seeds and the shops and all that stuff, and what stuff you should buy, what stuff you shouldn't. And carrots, especially if you're at a higher level, you shouldn't. Strawberries, you shouldn't. Blueberries, you shouldn't. Orange tulips, you shouldn't. Tomatoes, you should. If you're at like a mid-range level, mid-range, lower range, you should. If you're at high and middle, you should get corn. Defali you should get, but put in a corner. Melon you should get put in a corner. Pumpkin you should get put in a corner. Apples put with trees. Bamboos put in the corner. Coconut seeds I actually don't use too much, and I think they're actually worse than the corn and the other stuff, so I don't get those personally, but you can. Dragon fruit and cactus I put together, and mangoes I put completely separate. Grape I have not experience with, but what I've seen is if you clump them together, it's very nice, like in a row. Mushroom I have not done yet. Pepper I have not done yet. Cocoa I have not done yet. But I do have a friend that does have a bunch of pepper, so I will ask him about that and get to you guys about that. But for instance, as you can see, I don't really use the coconuts too much, but all this stuff's clumped together like this in nicer rows, so it is a lot easier. But anyways, getting on from that, if I come over here exactly, you can see the pet eggs and all this stuff. This stuff you should be getting. You should be updating your pets, getting the best ones. But the gear shop. Now the gear shop is probably one of the most important stuff for growing your garden for the most part. Like the watering cans do help, but they don't like do they don't do absolutely explosionary stuff. They're not like god tier. But so basically this a lot of stuff to get opened up. Like the trowel, you can organize your garden into this type of layout that I have showed you to maximize a lot of the profit on this stuff. This is just kind of nice if you aren't having a closer plot to there. And then the basic sprinklers I would use on like smaller crops if you need to do them for missions. And then advanced sprinklers, godly sprinklers, if you have like a better seed, you should wait until you get one of these in the shop so you can use it. And that does help it out a lot with genetic speed and growing and a lot of other bonuses you get for doing it like that. Then the lightning rod, I would directly put these on more expensive fruit like candy blossom, Easter egg, grape, pepper, mango, stuff like that. And yeah, all this stuff is useful for especially growing your garden. And a lot of this stuff is actually super duper important for the most part. And I think that with that type of tips, you guys should be able to get further into the game with a lot of that stuff. And my friend with the pepper is back, so I'm gonna ask him about how it is and how he grows his peppers. So, how do you grow your peppers, dude?
Oh, I grow my peppers by literally just buying sprinklers from the gear shop. Normally what I did use is the godly sprinkler.
And where did you like put them? Did you put them in a certain formation or like any of that? Like I see you just have this one here. Like if you were to have another one, do you think you would put it more of in a line or in a bunch?
In a bunch.
Yeah, so basically what he's saying here is that he would put it more of in a bunch, like how you see I have these coconut trees and the dragon fruit and the cactus trees, or the peach and the apple or the mangoes, because I guess for you it's like how the mangoes are, right? How it's just like if they're all bunched up you can get them easier. Is like that true about that?
And
Yes.
what?
Like is it easier for you really how when you bunch up a lot of the peppers and stuff, are they like easier to collect like the mangoes and the grapes? Would you put them in a line or would you put them in a bunch?
Because not gonna lie though, I need space for my other stuff.
Yeah. So like you see how I have my tomatoes? Would you like put them more of like that, or would you put them like a bunch? I have like these coconuts and stuff.
Bunch you have like these tomatoes.
Oh, okay. So that's probably what I was expecting. But yeah, guys, so that's probably one of the best ways to maximize your garden and really get the most money out of everything. But yeah, if that helped you, leave a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all later.